And welcome back, hockey fans, to another ACHA Division II matchup as we have the Xavier Musketeers facing off against the Bowling Green Falcons in this one. This is your Dirty Birds pregame show, rather. Justin, what do you think the Falcons have to do after winning 5-2 yesterday?
Well, I
Or
mean,
7-2 yesterday?
I know. I know we saw in the first period last night. It was more of a feeling out process. They weren't being too aggressive on offense, and they were playing very soundly on defense. And then once they started to really come into their own on offense, they put up 6 goals in the second and third period, 4 goals in the second, and then 2 more in the third. So I mean, basically, it's just try and take over on offense again. They have the skills and the players with the talent to do it. And also, you want to make sure that you're getting back on defense as well. But I think offense is a big key for them tonight. Getting a lot of goals on the board is huge for this team.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this team come out aggressively before this weekend, the Toledo game on Thursday. They had no wins after going down, after not scoring first. The past 2 nights they've done that. Didn't score first and came back and won both games. Against Toledo they won 6-5. Against Xavier last night they won 7-2 with an explosive second and third period. Another storyline you got to look at tonight. Gavin Sudlow in the net for the Falcons is the fourth netminder we've seen for the Falcons so far in this young season. What do you think he brings to the table as a young freshman?
And I mean, I feel confident in him to do well. I think he's going to do well. We saw Smalley did really well in his debut. He had 37 saves on 42 shots, and yeah, I'm confident that he'll play a great game tonight. All his teammates are behind him. They're all confident in him. I was talking to both Gavin and some guys before the game, and Coach Drew Harper before the game. They're all excited to see him play in his first game for the Clubbers. And yeah, I'm confident in him too. I think he'll have a great showing here tonight.
Yeah, I think it just really adds to the goalie depth when we've talked about the past 2 games and kind of the whole season so far. I mean, with Smalley and Leo both great number one starters. You have 2 of them, and now Jack Smalley enters the mix, and you got your technical third string is a great goalie, and that's exactly the problems you want to have if you want to change this program around like the ACHA team is doing this year and has been doing in the past couple of years. So, there's nothing wrong with having too much talent. It's a good problem to have.
Oh, yeah.
For Xavier, we saw a great goaltender performance last night. What do you think their keys of the game is to take one and split this series with BG?
Well, they got out to a great start. They scored a minute 34 into the game last night, which is huge. Scoring early is a huge momentum boost, and then, like we've seen all year from BG, they came back less than a minute later and responded right away. If Xavier gets on the board first again tonight, I look for them to they're not going to protect the lead. I mean, it's really early in the game. They're going to keep on attacking. And I mean, yeah, for them, I think it's the same thing. Try and get that first goal early in the first, like last night. That's a big key for them, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a big key for them as well. Obviously, you got to rely on your goaltender. They trust their goalie a lot. He faced a ton of shots last night, so we'll probably see him back in net tonight. We haven't got the lineups yet, but we'll see at that point.
Yep.
And for the Falcons, you got to just do what you did last time: be aggressive, come out early. But also for the Falcons that we haven't seen so far this season, every single line contributed. We've talked about it all season. Every single line can contribute. Last night we saw it.
Oh yeah,
6 goals out of the 7 came from different Falcons. The person who had 2 goals last night came Horvath.
Mm-hmm.
He played a great game. It seemed like every Falcon was hitting at all cylinders last night. What do you think that really does for the momentum of the team after coming off a 4-game losing streak and now on a 2-game winning streak, trying to advance that?
Well, when you have all 4 lines working as hard as they can and producing both on offense and playing great on defense, is very, very hard to lose a game. And especially with the team that BG has this year, if they can get all 4 lines working in every game, they're going to be a very, very hard team to shut down no matter who plays them. And I'm looking for that again tonight. We saw Jake Schutte get on the board with his first goal last night. Same thing with Jake Dubendorfer. Same thing. And, yeah, I'm looking for that same effort here tonight. All 4 lines contributing. Tanner Smith is making his season debut here tonight, coming off of a hip surgery. So look for him to be a factor here tonight. And, yeah, I'm excited. Let's get this thing started.
Yeah, for Tanner, we've seen him do a lot of camera so far this season being injured. You'd love to see him back on the ice. He's really gritty and wants to get back on the ice. I know we have Sarno listening to this. He's coming back soon, back from injury, and just get that veteran presence in this very young Bowling Green team. And for our Dirty Birds pregame show. Justin, just do you want to give one takeaway for both teams?
Um, for Xavier, try and get on the board first and try and shut down the offense. That's the main key. You cannot let BG score 7 goals again. And for BG, keep the offensive firepower coming. Keep on putting pucks on net, pucks in the back of the net. The offense is key in this game tonight.
All right, I'm Ben Shanahan. To my partner Justin Chicatano, thank you for tuning into the Dirty Birds pregame show, and stay tuned for a great Division II ACHA matchup coming up next.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to this ACHA Division II matchup between the Bowling Green State Falcons and the Xavier Musketeers. I am Justin Chicatano, alongside my broadcast partner, Ben Shanahan. And we saw the Falcons take the first game of the two-game set, 7-2, last night back at the Slater Family Ice Arena in Bowling Green. And now BG makes the trip south, down 75, Interstate 75, to Cincinnati, here at Sports Plus Arena in Cincinnati, Ohio. What do you think are some of the keys? We went over some of the keys in the pregame, but what are some of the things that you might like to add for the game, for the keys to the game for both these teams?
Yeah, I think if you're BG, obviously you played your game very well in the second and third period, scoring six goals together in the second and third period compared to the first period where we scored one. So if you couldn't come out and play your game, they did against Toledo the same way. It's kind of like in a boxing match when you're just kind of feeling out your opponent.
Yep.
You know the opponent now, so you're going to have to come out hot, come out well, and hopefully start out hot, score some goals early, or at least put some good offense early, and then see how this game transpires. You don't want to be stupid. You don't want to take penalties that will Xavier's a good team. You don't want to take penalties that would give them any more advantage than that they don't need. Obviously, if you're a Bowling Green fan.
Yeah.
And obviously, you got to play good defense. New goalie in the net, freshman Gavin Sudlow. I know for myself and Justin, we'd like to congratulate him on making his ACHA debut tonight for the Bowling Green Falcons. And we'll see what happens as that buzzer sounds. We're almost ready for some hockey. Justin, what are your few takeaways before we have puck drop?
Well, that is something that you said. It struck me. I always say this, and I didn't say it during the pregame. Stay out of the box, because we saw Xavier. They scored on their first power play last night. They had a couple other good looks on their other two power plays that they had in the second and third. So I think stay out of the box and try and control the pace of the game, especially on offense. And I think BG will be just fine in this game. The Xavier team, they're a very good team, and we know what they're capable of. But I think if they can control the pace of the game and put the amount of shots they put up last night and make it the same here tonight, it should be a great game for the Falcons here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it many times on the broadcast, but if you're a new viewer to the Bowling Green club hockey streams, this team is talented, and they could probably pretty much play with anybody they want to play against if they play their game. But so far this season, we've seen them kind of fall into habits of not playing their game or playing the other team's game and just trying to beat them on talent alone. They do have a lot of talent, but you have to play your game. The system that head coach Drew Harper set up, when it works, it's absolutely fabulous, and we've seen it many times against Dayton twice, against Xavier last night, against Wisconsin in Game 1, and against Toledo last night. But it's time for puck drop.
And
let's get on with it.
Forwards on the ice for BG, John Jaros, Jacob Dubendorfer, and Jake Schutte, and the defensive pairing, Trey Ziebel and Trent Gray. The goaltending matchup here tonight, Jack Frambus in the net once again, second night in a row for Xavier, and in net, as we said before, for the Falcons, making his BG club debut, Gavin Sudlow.
Yeah, giving up 7 goals last night. Frambus played a fantastic game. The scoreboard didn't show how good he was.
He had a lot of great saves last night, especially down the stretch in the second and third. A pass in front, and it comes back over to the point. Ziebel throws it towards the net wide. Hops over in the corner. Dubendorfer put it towards the net. It's loose there and chopped up by Schutte, but it came out of the zone, and it's played back in by Ziebel.
Difference between last night's game and tonight's game, Bowling Green comes out hot, and they get the first couple shots on net. Last night, Xavier kind of controlled the first 10 minutes.
And now they put the first line out there. Berrien and all make the change out there. Now it's at the far corner, put in front. Pass across, and a shot save made by Sudlow with the pad.
Gavin Sudlow's first ACHA save right there. You love to see that.
Puck is poked up the ice by Ziebel, but thrown back in by Xavier. Now behind the net, they try and work it. A pass in front, and the Xavier forward fan on the shot. It's loose at the side of the net, and they're chopping away at it, and now Ziebel takes it away. A break there for the Falcons as the Xavier forward just fanned on the shot wide open right in front of the net.
Bowling Green's going to keep being aggressive here, but they can't be too aggressive on offense that the defense lacks. They have a great defensive team.
Now puck, go ahead.
You don't want to dig too much into the offense.
The puck at the far corner. Xavier controls. puck back out to the point. A shot on that, blocked in front. It comes over to Denal. Denal flips it out in the direction of Gray. Now comes over to Papuanu as he brings it into the zone. He waits, he shoots, glove save made by Framis, and he holds it.
Yeah, Framis, another great save in these past two nights. That's the first great save we've seen of him. Great move by Papuanu to get loose out there. I mean, it was a very congested middle of the ice.
18-11 to go in the first. Shots are currently 3-1 in favor of Xavier here early in the game. Horvath on the draw. And it's won back by Xavier as they control back behind the net. And Mitchie on the physical play there. It goes back out over to Dirkmott. Pass across over to Harchi. Harchi spins and throws it down low on the backhand towards Horvath. Now it comes over to Nitschke. Nitschke playing on the line with Horvath and Rudo. A shot on, blocked. It comes back over to Dirkmott. And great keep in there. It comes over in Rudo's direction. He's trying to chop at it. And now Horvath comes to go get it. And now it comes back out. It's played out and backhanded right back in by Harchi.
Yeah, Chase Nitschke definitely MVP for the Falcons last night. 2 assists, 1 goal.
Yep. He went past Rudo, now chopped that by Harchi into neutral ice and thrown in, and Dirkmott settles the puck down.
So far this weekend, we've seen a lot of those middle line changes helping the Bowling Green's favor.
Now, here comes Xavier forward, takes it around the net, puts it in front, and it went through the crease. Sudlow lost his footing, and now it's cleared back down off the boards by Schutte, and Xavier will regroup.
Icing waved off there.
Now, great toe drag move, but Dubendorfer steals it. We saw Dubendorfer score his first goal of the season last night.
Yeah, he's a grinder out there, Dubendorfer.
Good stick check there by Schuler. Now Schutte has it off the pass from Dubendorfer. And he's poke checked, and Schutte gets it in. It goes off the stick of a Xavier defender, and now they regroup back in their own zone. As they try and work it through neutral ice, it goes in the direction of Schutte. And now the Musketeers will regroup once again and try and take it up the ice. Shot thrown in towards Sudlow, and it goes off the glove. And great toe drag move there by Zeeble, and he knocks it down with the glove, and now Smith has it. Smith making his season debut. Smith shoots, and a pad save made there by Framis with the right pad.
Tanner waiting to get back on this ice, Tanner Smith, and man, did he come out in a bolt of energy to try to get his first goal of the season in his first shift.
Now the clearing attempt was put up in the netting, and that will stop play with 16 minutes left to go here in the first period. No score yet between BG and Xavier. Shots are currently 4-2 in favor of the Musketeers. Smith on the draw. This one back over to Messenger, and he kicks it over to Gray. Gray put it towards the net, and Smith got a piece of it with the stick, but it went wide. And now it's thrown out, and this could be an odd man rush. Now a partial break chance, and a great poke check made there by Dirkmott.
Great defensive play by Dirkmott right there.
Now Odell had it poked off of him. And Smith battling for it, and Smith gets it out. And Xavier takes over. Odell trying to poke at it, and now it's thrown back in.
Oh.
Dirkmott threw it in Odell's direction. It went past him, though, as he couldn't settle it down off the boards. And great forechecking pressure there by Odell. And the puck comes over to Trent Gray, and now Dirkmott has it.
Yeah, Dirkmott, one of the older.
And Dirkmott threw it on net, and a save made there by Sudlow. A bit of a bad bounce on the rolling puck as that made its way right in on Sudlow. And great awareness there by the BG goaltender to make the save.
Yeah, like I was going to say before that happened, Dirkmott, kind of one of those veteran presence on the young defensive core that the Falcons have right now to rely on, and usually does not do that. Kind of just a bad bounce there.
Face off one over to Harchi, and it clears it all the way back down. And a race on for it. Ferry will get there first as icing is waved off. Ferry rode into the boards there.
Oof. Ferry's still getting hit around. He's calling for a penalty with the ref, but he won't get one.
It was dumped back in there by Zeeble, and now Xavier will regroup. Banked off the glass, but kept in by Denal. Denal weaves his way through. He shoots. Save made by Frambus, and he holds it.
Yeah, big save there by Framis as he caught the initial shot, lost, and then caught against his pad once again.
14:44 to go in the first now. And then the faceoff will be at the near side of the BG offensive zone. Forwards on the ice, Ferry, Denal, Papuanu, and defensemen Zeeble and Harchi.
And these five can score right here.
And now Ferry threw it towards the net, went through the crease wide, and is poked at by Papuanu, but taken out by the Musketeers of Xavier. And the puck rolled its way in on Soto as he plays it with the stick into the corner.
As a new defensive pairing also, by the way, takes the ice, Justin. I just noticed that.
The shot towards the net was deflected and went wide. Now in the corner, it's thrown towards the net again, but blocked off by Denal.
That being Harchi and Zeeble, two freshmen, big pickups in this offseason.
And now Zeeble with a lot of speed down the boards. Pass across over to Ferry. Ferry moves in, he shoots, and it's loose in the crease, and they score. Chase Denal on the rebound. And with 14:06 to go in the first, BG strikes first.
And that's a pairing that we've seen a lot. Obviously, that first line being Denal, Ferry, Papuanu. And they can score, and they can flat out take over games. And with 6 minutes into, or just under 6 minutes into this one, BG takes a 1-0 lead. And the young freshman Sudlow has some cushion so far early in this one.
And if you ask me, Zeeble made a great play there. He took it from pretty much end to end, and he found Ferry right in the slot. And Ferry has a very dangerous shot. The goalie only got part of the shot, and it was loose in the crease, and Denal with the great positioning put it in the back of the net, and the pass across as Xavier sets up in the zone. A shot thrown on, save made by Sudlow.
Yeah, we've complimented Zeeble a lot so far this season.
And now Horvath moves on in. Horvath on the backhand, save made by Frambus.
It's a very, very smart hockey player, just being a freshman. Very exciting to see with BG.
Now thrown up. Klein plays it. Klein pass across over to Gray. And yeah, you are right. We are seeing some new defensive pairings here early in the game.
Yeah, Trent Gray's usually with Trey Zeeble, as we just talked about. And Nick Tiggs is usually with Logan Harchi. But so far we've seen Logan Harchi with Trey Zeeble, rather.
No.
Kind of just testing out the waters with these new defensive pairings to see which one works best.
Now Schutte has it. Schutte, great effort there to get it off the boards. Now Rudo will skate the puck out. Rudo moves in. He has a dangerous shot. He shoots off the post, off the inside of the post.
Yeah, you can't do much. Besides scoring, can't do much better than what Mark Rudo did right there. Skate all the way through Xavier's defense and just, happen to hit the post. Goalie's best friend.
And now Schutte has it in neutral ice, and he plays it in off the boards. Schuler will get to it first. Schuler puts it in front, and it went off the outside of the net, and it's chopped at.
Got stuck there. I'm surprised that wasn't called dead, but the game plays on.
Now Schuler battling for it there. Schutte in to go help him out. Played up the boards. And out of the zone as Harchi will take it by the red line.
Heads up play by Harchi there to not step into that. Just wait for the puck to come to him.
Harchi moves in. Harchi waits with it, goes behind the net, looking for some room. Back out to the point. Dirkma pass across over to Schuler. Schuler shoots one. Save made. It's loose in the crease and covered up by Frambus.
Great play by Frambus. There are a lot of brown jerseys standing right in front of him. And great awareness right there. We said it both games. He's a great goalie. Great awareness there to keep that puck out of the net.
12:09 to go in the first. BG with a 1-0 lead and the shot advantage 8-6. Messenger on the draw with him, Jaros and Odell, and defensemen Dirkma and Harchi. Now it's taken out and went off the Xavier player's stick, and Sudlow plays it from outside the net over to Jaros, and Jaros great backhand pass over to Messenger, and he's got room. Messenger moves in, great deke, moves on in, and he threw it on net, and a save made there by Frambus as he got stick checked on the shot, and it came in on him awkwardly, and he was able to recover and make a save, and a great move there by Messenger on the toe drag to work his way on in.
Yeah, beautiful play by BG there. Logan Harchi, the freshman, backhand pass over a few Musketeers, and then the senior, Jack Messenger, makes a great play on net and just doesn't find the back of the net.
And the face-off one back by Xavier. Now it's loose behind the net and taken over by the Musketeers. Now thrown out. Here they come. The shot on, save made by Sudlow, and he swallows it and holds it with 11:36 left to go in the first. So I think, in my opinion, so far we're almost halfway through the first. I think, once again, it's been a bit of a feeling out period so far. Both teams with a few chances, but not being too overly aggressive so far. We saw Zeeble being aggressive there as the D-men skating the puck all the way up the ice and getting a chance there. And
yeah, we've seen
and and that led to the first goal of the game.
Yeah, we've seen a few guys be aggressive for Bowling Green, but not the whole team so far yet. We saw Tanner Smith making his Bowling Green Clubbers season debut rather.
Now Zeebel, a shot save made by Framus as he saw it all the way, and he will stop it. 11:16 left to go in the first.
He made his season debut tonight. We saw him skate coast to coast and try to get a shot on net, which he did, but Framus made a great save.
And now Denal on the draw. Left wing Ferry, right wing Papuanu, and the defensive pairing, what we're used to seeing, Gray and Zeebel. Face off one back over to Papuanu, now Zeebel over to Gray. Gray shoots one tipped, and it went just wide, as I believe Denal got a stick on it.
Yeah, Denal did the right thing, but unfortunately that one, he just kind of take a bad bounce.
Now Papuanu resets back in neutral ice, and on the flip pass gets it over to Zeebel. Zeebel threw it over to Ferry. Very great move there, and he's in, and he got checked off the puck because he made a great move there, but wasn't able to get a shot off as there was too much traffic in the slot. The pass in the middle was tipped, and now a shot on. Glove save by Sudlow, and he holds it. 10:42 now left to go in the first. Still, BG remains up 1.
And I think as we're watching this game progress in the first 10 minutes, Gavin Sudlow's gaining a lot of confidence as the goalie who, making his debut, we mentioned him a ton of times, give a little fist pump when he caught that out in his glove.
I think
we'd love to see that.
It's good to see your team generate offense in front of you and also play well on defense, but I think, and they score.
Oh, you speak of the devil, that one might be on me, Justin.
And the game is tied. 10:37 to go in the first. And that goal coming off the stick of Matt Adams for Xavier.
Xavier family weekend this weekend. Big, decent crowd here in the sports zone, or Sports Plus rather. Sorry.
Sports Plus Arena.
Yeah, the USA rink. As there's still people filing in, that got a lot of noise, a lot of fan behavior going on there. As Xavier ties this game with 10:37 left in the first period.
And the pays off one back by Horvath, and now Rudo had to go past him. And a great poke check there by Horvath. Horvath running through there, but he keeps possession of the puck, and he still has it. A great effort here from Horvath, still has it. Gets it over to Nitschke. And Nitschke couldn't settle it down, and now it's taken out. Now Harchi goes back in the zone to retrieve the puck.
Yeah, Harchi's kind of been a wild card defender so far tonight. Now he's with Carter Klein.
Now Rudo racing after it, and he gets to it. He goes around the net, stops up, gets it back out to the point, and Harchi shot as he fanned on it as the puck was bouncing, and the whistle blows the play dead, and a hand pass is called as the face-off will be back in the Bowling Green offensive zone.
Maybe Bowling Green, you've had a great season so far of capitalizing and responding to goals. Right here, you got to put another one in the net before the period ends and make sure Xavier doesn't do the same.
Dubendorfer, Schuler, and Schutte are the forwards. Klein and Harchi on defense. Klein on the left and Harchi on the right. Harchi throws it down low. Now Schuler stops up, and he put it in front. Dubendorfer, and a great save made there by Frambis as Dubendorfer was looking for his second goal in as many nights. And now he shoots, and a save made by Frambis once again. Luke Schuler is setting up Jake Dubendorfer for two great chances out in front. And Frambis comes up big on both occasions. Now shot by Klein, save made there with the pad by Frambis.
Yeah, we've seen Frambis stop 3 huge chances. So in that exchange right there, changes the game if you have a really great goalie like him.
Now Harchi tried to throw it out, but it was tipped and kept in. The shot on, blocked off by Klein. Now it's played by Adams, and now taken away by Klein, and he throws it around near Dubendorfer, and as he couldn't play it. Now it comes out near Schutte, but it was poked away from him by Adams. And now it's played out near Dubendorfer, and he plays it back down. He's played all the way back down the ice and played there by Sudlow, and now Klein has it.
Tanner Smith calling for that puck. He's been very aggressive so far.
And it went past Smith, now Frambis plays it behind the net. And a big hit there by Jaros. Smith racing in to go get it. And now Jaros, pass in front, and Odell couldn't handle it as it was poked away from him. And now Dirk might have shot, and it whistled just high and wide, blocker side. As he missed that one by him, not very much, as he was trying to pick the corner there. And now Dirk Mott. Pass over to Gray as he backhands it in through his legs.
And man, is Tanner Smith playing with a lot of aggression so far in this one in the first couple minutes of this period.
And the clearing attempt went up off the mesh, and that stops play with exactly 8 minutes left to go in the first. 1-1 between Xavier and Bowling Green.
Yeah, kind of a similar arena we saw at the Toledo Ice House. Very short glass and a very long net. It causes for a lot of stoppages and a lot of face-offs.
And the forwards on the ice, Denal, Ferry, Papuanu, and defenseman Gray and Dirk Mott. And there's one back over in the corner. Played around, Ferry stopped it. And now the clearing attempt was stopped up by Papuanu. And Denal pokes at it. Now it's taken back by Xavier as they're able to get the puck out. Quick transition is stopped up by Gray, and now Denal has it. Denal waits, backhands one in front towards Papuanu, but he couldn't handle it. Now Papuanu pass in front, Ferry shoots, and he scores! Cole Ferry on the setup for Mikey Papuanu, and BG regains the lead.
And I know we talk about him all the time, but man, is Cole Ferry having a great season so far. And that's once again, Bowling Green responds exactly like we said they should, and they did.
So it's 7:32 to go in the first. BG scores again. And once again, I mean, it's the response. Xavier had a response to BG's goal, and then even quicker than their response, Bowling Green responds with a goal all their own to retake the lead. Well, and you love to see it.
And we kind of saw that last night as well.
And now Zeeble is in, puts it in front, and it went right by Papuanu, but now Denal has it. Denal waits with it, and he tried to deke, but he had two guys watching him. And now it's kept in, though. Denal throws it in towards Papuanu.
We saw that last night, the response factor, but it took Bowling Green to the second period to do that. Very exciting to see that Bowling Green did respond faster tonight against the same team they played last night.
And now Zeeble over to Ferry. Ferry moves in with speed. He shoots, and a stick save made by Frambus. Now thrown around. Played by the Xavier defense as they look to get the puck out. And they do. It goes off the stick of one of their forwards all the way back down. And icing is called as Zeeble gets there first. 6:39 to go in the first. Shots are 15-10 in favor of Bowling Green, and they lead the game 2-1.
Yeah, Bowling Green's doing a great job, at least on that breakout attempt for the Musketeers to just swarm. They just sent one guy at a time to keep swarming the puck. And that, it forced Xavier to get it out of the zone and end up being icing. We got to face off in the BG's offensive zone.
Horvath won it back over to Harchie. Harchie played it towards Nitschke. He's battling there with Xavier forward, and now it's taken out. And it goes past Harchie as the puck is rolling, and now it comes over to Zeeble. Zeeble puts it off the boards, and Rudo whacks at it. Zeeble wasn't able to keep it in. And now it comes back over near the Bowling Green bench, where Harchie plays it off the midsection of Nitschke.
Once again, we see Harchie and Zeeble again, two young freshmen.
And now a penalty is called on Nitschke. As Chase Nitschke will head to the box for, I believe, holding. And that will be the first penalty of the game as he was run into on the boards. And the second guy that went in to go hit him, he may have hit him a bit too late or a bit too much. I thought it was a pretty even play, though. I thought both guys were going after it for an equal amount of time. Nobody really let up. And unfortunately, Nitschke got called. And so Xavier gets the first power play of the game with 6:04 to go in the first.
Yeah, holding's one of those subjective calls when you get tied up. You're playing tough around the blue line by the boards, and, Nitschke gets called. 2 minutes. Bowling Green did a great job killing penalties last night. 1 for 3 on the penalty kill, or 2 for 3 on the penalty kill.
On the kill, yep.
Including a shorthanded goal on one of them.
Now Xavier gets set up, a puck at the point, back across. They work it down low in the far corner as they look for a opening lane. The shot on, and it was deflected, and it went just wide. Oh, wow, big deflection there. And a pass across, back at the point. Now at the far circle. And that's across. And they threw it in front, and they score. Great passing there by the Musketeers. And a wide open chance in front of the net as they put it home with 5:31 to go in the first. Once again, the game is tied at 2.
Yeah, I think we're going to see this a lot tonight. I mean, Xavier having a hometown crowd. This place is getting loud. If you can't hear it through our headset, I can hear it through my headset at least. It seems like they're getting a lot of momentum. Bowling Green has to keep doing their best to respond as they've been doing all weekend. Nitschke will come out of the box, obviously with the power play goal.
Schuler, Schutte, and Dubendorfer are the forwards.
Very close-knit group, Schuler, Schutte, and Dubendorfer.
And I believe we saw them all score last night.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were all goal scorers last night. And then on defense, Gray and Klein. Schuler on the draw.
Nitschke and Doobie rather had their first goals of the season. Schuler broke a 5-game streak of no goals for him. He led the team in points last year.
And physical play there by Schuler as he tries to get to it as he was being held up, and it comes back over to Gray. Gray played it down low, was stopped up. And now it's taken out by the Musketeers. It could be a 3-on-2 as they bring it in over the line, pass back. And a big hit there by Schutte as the puck gets deflected over into the far corner. Now behind the net, the Musketeers work it. Pass in the middle, deflected away by Schutte, and it comes out of the zone.
Bowling Green swarming that guy again.
And now Xavier will get reset back in their own zone. And here they come. And the shot on, and it went just wide, excuse me. Now in the near corner, it goes past Gray. And Klein plays it back to Gray, and now back to Klein again. Klein chops at it. Now it's loose in the corner and played in the middle, but it was stopped up. And now Schutte tries to backhand it out, but it was kept in again. And now Klein has it, and Klein will take it out of the zone. And he was cross-checked there.
They're going to give no call there.
Yeah, no call there, yep. And Gray banks it off the boards and out. Goalie's hand is up. Icing is called. 4:03 left to go in the first. And so, yeah, I mean, something that we emphasize is stay out of the box. And we knew before this game, before they scored on the power play just a few moments ago, that they can score. Xavier showed it last night, and they showed it again here tonight. Great passing all around.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 4 players, after the first chance, 4 out of the 5 players touched the puck. And the rebound chance went wide. A great physical play there by Smith.
He's been very physical tonight.
And now Smith, and he tried to play it out, but it was blocked off. Now he gets to it again, and he tried to play it out, but it was blocked off again, and now Klein has it. Klein goes it in towards the net. Now big hit there in the corner by Messenger. Now the Musketeers work their way out. Puck is stolen away by Harchi on the transition. Now the blue line is taken and thrown back out near the red line. Thrown in towards the net, and it went just high and wide. Asseldo went to go play it, but he just missed it. And now Jaros. And he tried to kick it to escape, but he lost it. Now Adams works his way in. Adams shoots, and it went wide. Now off the outside of the net, and he plays it in front. And a shot on, pad save made. Left pad save by Sudlow. Now puck thrown out, and this could be a chance here. Jaros has the null and Messenger. Jaros shoots, save made by Fred.
Oh, what a hit!
In front of the net, and he's going to get called for that. Actually, I'm not sure because they blew the whistle when Xavier had possession, so I'm not sure. But I mean,
Jaros looked like a hit.
That's just a big hit with the force of a hippopotamus.
just absolutely steamrolled him. As Justin just stole my call. And Jaros will go to the box. I believe both men will go to the box.
Yeah, they were both, excuse me, they were both go to the box.
I wonder what they're going to call Jaros on, maybe leaving his feet with the hit, but.
Maybe. Nolan Burns. Yeah. Nolan Burns is in the box for Xavier, and John Jaros is in the box for Bowling Green. 2:51 to go in the first. And now Ferry. Ferry got taken down, and now Denal. Denal, great move there. Selling the puck and a shot, and he scores! Top shelf, high glove side. Denal rips it, and BG regains the lead. 4-on-4 goal. 2:37 to go in the first, and 5 goals in the first period. 5 combined goals in the first. It has been quite an eventful first period.
Yeah, I mean, both goalies have made some great shots, but the offense has just been superior tonight. Chase Denal, I believe, his second of the evening, right? Or maybe his first. He has definitely his second point.
Yeah. And they will keep the same unit out on the ice.
Oh, and I believe.
And now they're putting another Xavier player in the box.
So we'll have a 4-on-3. No.
They put Lamar Roach in the box.
There's still 4 skaters for now Xavier skater will come off. It'll be a 4-on-3.
Yeah, 4-on-3 power play for the Falcons, I believe.
College hockey rules state that if it is a delayed penalty, we missed the delayed penalty here, but if it is a delayed penalty, they score, it does not cancel it out. You still have to serve that penalty. So big break for Bowling Green here as they just scored, and now it's a 4-on-3. A lot of ice room here.
And Denal will beat the centerman, and he wins it back over to Zeeble. And we know that Denal and Ferry, when they have room, they take advantage of it with their dangerous shots. Now Zeeble moves in, and he shoots, and a big save. I'm not sure if the goaltender got a piece of it. He shoots again, and the save made by Framis, and he holds it. And we know Zeeble also, he's very dangerous in the open ice too.
Yeah, I'm not sure there either if Zeeble if he fanned on the pass and then realized he still had the puck in front of him, or he just took the shot. It was like a fake pass. It was kind of a beautiful move.
It was like the Sicky puck.
Yeah.
It was
it's like when
weird sequence, and now Harchie has it.
But if he meant to do that, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Now Harchie back over to Denal. Denal waits with it, looking for a passing option. He gives it back over to Harchie. Harchie, and he tried to find Ferry, but it went just past him.
A double.
And now Ferry has it back, and a pass across over to Zeeble. Zeeble moves in, pass across, and Denal had the shot blocked, I believe. And now Ferry has it. Ferry had it poked off of him, and now 1-on-1. Harchie is back for a BG, and a shot save made by Sudlow. And this could be a chance here for a BG. Pass across, Ferry has it now. Ferry moves in with it. Ferry shoots, and it went just wide.
And that's the beauty of having a lot of space on the ice.
Now pass across, Harchie. Back over to Zeeble. Zeeble in the slot, shoots, and a blocker save made there by Frambus.
2 great chances back and forth right there.
Now Ferry over to Zeeble. Zeeble pass across, Ferry, and he tried to get it across for the one-timer from Denal, but it was deflected and now thrown out.
Bowling Green will still have a chance, one more chance with a 4-on-3 rather.
20 seconds to go on the first 2 minors, and 30 seconds now left to go on the Xavier minor that made it a 4-on-3. Now Papuanu is in, and he still has it, and he drops it off over to Gray. Gray on net, and it went towards Rudo, and he tipped it on net, and a save made by Frambus. Now it's thrown back out. And Sudlow settles it down, and he will cover up.
For 8 seconds, we'll have a 5-on-4 power play for BG. .45 seconds left in this first period. We've seen 5 goals, and like we've seen in the past 2 nights, Bowling Green could score late.
And these shots, 20-15, and a shot and a glove save made there by Sudlow, and he holds it. Great save made there by Gavin Sudlow, point blank.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I was saying before, shots 20-16.
Very even matchup so far.
Unbelievable. A lot of shots.
Yeah, both goalies are on pace for almost 60 shots against as Mikey Papuano comes up.
And Papuano moves in, and he got it in front, and Nitschke tried to play it, but it was poked away from him by the goaltender, Frambus. Now thrown towards the net wide by Rudo. Now Nitschke has it. Nitschke back to the point, and it went just past Dirkma and back out. 20 seconds to go in the period. And now Rudo. Rudo got tripped up there. Stays with it though. And he chops it up. And he checks the Xavier player there as Xavier takes puck possession back. 7 seconds to go. Now in the corner, one last chance possibly for Xavier, and no, as it comes back out. And that will do it for the first period. Score 3-2. Falcons lead as they went up 1-0, and then it was 1-1. Then they went up 2-1, and then it was 2-2, and then they went back up 3-2. So they had three different leads in the first period, and we will hop right into the Dirty Birds' first intermission report.
Yeah, I mean, Bowling Green did a beautiful job responding, but so did Xavier. Different story than last night. Xavier scores first, and then Bowling Green goes on a run. Tonight, rather, we're 3-2, and it's 5 goals, and both goalies are on pace to face 60 shots tonight. I mean, we'll see if the offense holds up, but, man, is this a fun one to watch so far, as we've seen that first line once again score 2, and we'll see if that continues.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what I saw in that first was BG, they didn't give Xavier that much time in the offensive zone, but whenever Xavier had a possession in the offensive zone, whenever they were able to get set up, they generated a lot of chances.
Yeah.
So they worked with what they had, and they got 2 goals out of it, and they're only down by 1. They could be down by more than 1, but Xavier, they did a great job on offense in that period, and I'm going to be looking for more of that. I think that's something that BG has to be aware of, and I'm sure they are being aware of that. That Xavier is going to take every inch of space that they give them, and they're going to take every chance like it could be their last one.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Framis doing a great job in net. Sudlow also doing a great job in net. Both young freshmen, Sudlow in his debut, Framis, and he's played the whole season for Xavier. From my understanding, talking with Xavier fans, we'll see what happens here. Framis, not a stranger to a lot of shots in a weekend. We talked to his parents actually before last game, and they said he saved 125 shots in the Michigan series. So we'll continue to see how this game develops. But for me and Justin, this is the end of your Dirty Birds intermission report. We thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the rest of this one. We'll see you in about 13 minutes.
And we are just about ready for the second period to start. And Denal on the draw, and he wins it back over to Gray.
And not playing tonight, Captain Hans Birchlaff was very vocal.
And Papuanu back over to Ferry. Ferry shoots, save made by Framis, and he holds it.
In the intermission when we were talking to him, very vocal, wants to see more out of his team, as that's a quick chance right there.
And the face-off will be at the far circle. Same players out on the ice for both teams. Denal wins it back over to Ferry. Ferry threw it around the net. And now Zeeble puts it down low over to Ferry. Ferry shoots, save made, and it's loose. Oh. And it comes out, and the net came off.
Yeah, brutal. I couldn't see who. We did have I believe that's Denal, just slipped up and fell into the net. Puck was loose right out in front. Big break for the Musketeers there.
So a couple early chances for the Falcons in the first 25 seconds of the second. They will keep the same players out on the ice again as Xavier changed their defensive pairing. And Denal on the draw again. And he's able to win it back as he controls off the draw. Back pass was taken away, intended for Papuanu. And now it's brought out by Xavier. Chopped out there by Zeeble. Now Zeeble had it taken away from him, and a shot and a save made by Sudlow, and he's able to cover it up. Great save made there by Gavin Sudlow.
And it seemed like they were going to have a Musketeer. Everybody just came crashing in on Sudlow. Luckily, Zeeble got in front of him before we almost had something really bad right there.
And both teams make changes as they will bring out the second line, VG brings out Horvath, Rudo, and Nitschke, and the pairing Harchi and Klein. And the reasoning for all the different defensive pairings is that Nick Tiggs is not in the lineup here tonight due to an equipment issue. Now Harchi plays it out. Rudo skates out with it. Rudo moves in. Great move. And he's an ongoing big save made there by Frambus. Great move there by Rudo to work his way in on net and get a shot off. Now it's thrown back into the zone. Horvath will take it there. Horvath, great move there. And on that, and he puts it in front. It's loose and covered up in the crease by the goaltender Frambus with 18:41 left to go in the second. Shots are now 26-18 in favor of BG. So 5 shots in the first minute, 19 of the second. That's what the Falcons want.
Yeah, I mean, Bowling Green wasn't happy with the performances. They're usually not happy with the performances. They want more. So to have 5 shots first minute and a half, that's beautiful if you're a Bowling Green Falcon.
And Schuler won it all the way back down. Played there by Sudlow as he didn't get all of it, and now it's played towards the net.
That seemed like a miscommunication between Sudlow and Harchi. I think Harchi was calling for it, and Sudlow just shot it straight down the center ice.
Now Xavier will work it back up, and great moves there by the Xavier forward. And a shot in and out of the glove of Sudlow, and he uses a stick to cover up and hold it. And now Xavier will make the changes, and so will the Falcons. And Klein goes off the ice along with Harchi, and Dirkmaat and Gray come out on the ice. The face-off one over to Schutte, and now Dubendorfer trying to get to it, and couldn't get to it, and now it's taken back over by Xavier. A shot on net, save made there by Sudlow, and he holds it. And he's done a great job swallowing up pucks. Whenever he's a chance to cover up, he finds it and takes advantage and is able to cover it up. Great awareness and puck playing ability by Sudlow he showed so far here in his first game of the season, first game of his career, I might add.
Yeah, young career for Gavin Sudlow. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see a lot of great things out of him in his Bowling Green career. He's got 4 more years to do it.
And a pass in front, and he went through everybody. Now, and this could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Messenger had it poked off of him. And a great defensive play there made there, but now Odell takes it back. Odell spins and he kicks it back behind the net. Xavier takes back over, and they will bring it out. And pass across, and here they come. And a drop pass over, and it's thrown in front. And now play back out by Messenger, but kept in by the Musketeers. And the pass in front was blocked off by Gray, and now Messenger goes to play as he kicks it to his stick and plays it all the way back down. And icing is called with 17-16 left to go in the second. Score is still 3-2 in favor of Bowling Green.
Yeah, Jack Messenger, the senior, in his final season for the Clubbers, has done a great job, at least this series, and pretty much all season when he finds himself in the lineup. Just one of those guys that just have a nose for the puck and always finds it. Still looking for his first goal of the season, though.
And now Messenger on the draw. And it's one back by Xavier. They try and work it around. Pass across into the slot, and a great poke check there by Odell, and is able to get it out of the zone. And he was knocked down after he cleared it, and he had his hands up looking for a call, but didn't get one. And now Messenger shoots, and he put it wide.
Yeah, Messenger has about 5 shots by himself so far in this one, being very aggressive.
And now Gray has it. Gray gets run into there by the BG bench, and it's cleared back down by the red line. And Dirk Mott's throw-in pass was blocked off, and now it's played in on a breakaway. And a great stick check there by Odell as he forced the Xavier forward to lose the puck. Now they're all battling for it, and Odell takes it, and he flips it out towards Jaros. Jaros has Denal breaking, and he tried to get it to him, but it was blocked off. But Denal gets to it now. Denal threw it off the outside of the net, and it went back wide. At the near corner, Ferry played it in the middle. Papawandu trying to get to it, and went past Denal, and now it's played by the Musketeers. As it's now flipped into the far corner of the Bowling Green defensive zone. Harchie plays it. Harchie long pass out to Denal, and this could be a chance. He moves in with speed. Backhander save made by Framus off the shoulder.
Yeah, we've seen Denal one-on-one, very dangerous player when it comes to hockey. Framus is about to face almost 30 shots before 5 minutes into the second period. 27 saves so far, an immaculate performance.
Now Papawandu, pass over to Denal, and he had it poked off of him. Now it's played up, and a great poke check made there by Zeeble to stop the dump and attempt. And Ferry spins back, and it goes it down low over to Zeeble, and now Harchie. Pass across, Ferry in the middle. He shoots and he scores! High blocker side, Cole Ferry buries it, and that extends the lead. It's now 4-2. Just 4.5 minutes into the second, BG cashes in.
Like we said, a lot of shots, makes a lot of chances, makes a lot of goals, but Bowling Green's 29th shot in this one so far, only playing 25 minutes, averaging more than a shot a minute. Great to hear if you're a Bowling Green Falcons fan. 4-2 right now, 15:23 left in the second period.
And the face-off was won back by Horvath, and Nishki had it for a second, and now they take it back. And Nishki chopped at it. Horvath trying to get to it now. Now it's taken back by Xavier, thrown up off of Harchie. And Harchie plays it in. Go ahead.
Talked to Harchie in the intermission. Want to give a shout out to his mom, Carrie.
And the whistle blows the play dead. And icing was called, so the faceoff will come back into the BG defensive zone. And the faceoff will be at the far circle. Players on the ice for Bowling Green. Left wing is Mark Rudo. The right wing is Chase Nitschke. Center Cam Horvath, and defenseman Trey Zeeble and Logan Harchie. The pass for Nitschke went off his stick, and now Zeeble takes over. Zeeble moves in. Great stick work. Great toe drag move, and another one. Now drive by Harchie, and a glove save made there by Framus as he saw it all the way through. 14:46 to go in the second now. Shots were 30-20, and BG's hit that 30-goal mark not even halfway through the game.
Yeah, we're at 50 shots, not even together, not even halfway through the game. This has just been an offensive clinic right as we speak. Both goalies standing very tall, but man, is the offensive shine tonight.
Horvath on the draw. And this one back by the Musketeers of Xavier. And Horvath trying to get to battle for it. Now it's taken out of the zone. A great back checking there by Horvath, and now it's taken away. And flip back in. And Gray tried to play it on the bounce, and it hopped over his stick. Now Gray has it, and he throws it around. At the point, a shot was deflected over to the near corner. And now it comes over to Rudo. Rudo gets it up to Nitschke, but he overskated it. And now Horvath steals it. And he had it poked off of him As Xavier takes the puck right back, and now a pass into the middle by the red line. It's thrown in. It goes back around the net. Gray will settle it down there. Gray, he kicks it over to Klein. Klein gives it in the middle over to Horvath, and then the pass up the ice intended for Rudo went past him, and I'll go all the way back down, and where icing is called with 13:45 left to go in the second.
That's one thing we've seen so far, Justin, today. Both teams are trying to be so explosive, make those long passes, and sometimes those don't hit. We've seen that a few times for Bowling. We've seen that a few times for the Musketeers. So we've had a lot of icing so far in this one, as we've seen 50 shots. I'll explain that once again. It's just crazy.
Horvath on the draw. And this one back by Xavier, and the shot went just wide. You're going to keep in there. And no, he didn't keep it in. Offsides was called, as that was a very late whistle there.
Yeah, the Musketeers aren't fans of that. As we got a few guys on the ice with their hands up, just trying to figure out, why they would call that.
Schuler on the draw. This one over to Dubendorfer, and he was able to absorb a check.
Right into Trent Gray.
And he absorbs another one, and now Adams moves in. Adams, it's loose. They're going to play there by Gray to stick lift and get it out. That pass across comes over to Schuler, and Schuler throws it in. Shooty watching the Xavier forward in front of the net. And almost a takeaway there by Schuler.
Big hit by Schuler. That stick went flying.
And now Dirkmaat makes it off the boards over to Shooty, and Shooty throws it in deep. It's played right back out by Xavier. And now Shooty, and he throws it back in. Fran misplays it with the stick. And Schuler almost took it away from him.
Yeah, Schuler's all over the ice right now.
And Musketeers are able to clear it out, and they throw it back in as Dubendorfer just avoided it as that puck was coming for his head. And on the chop, it's played over to the Xavier forward. Xavier group, and it's played off the glass and all the way back down. And icing is called, and that stops the clock with 12:26.
Very fast-paced period so far. We've only had 2 stoppages. Oh, no, 4 stoppages.
4 stoppages.
4 stoppages so far in the first 8 minutes.
And there have been no shots in the last couple of minutes. Since we said it was 30-20, it's still 30-20.
Yeah.
Now Smith on the draw. Forwards with him are Messenger and Odell, and defensemen Dirkmaat and Zeeble. Face off one over to Odell, and a save made off the shot, off the face-off. And the net came off.
That's 2 so far,
so
Justin.
That was stop play. $12:18 now left to go here in the second. And I think we saw more of a difference between last night's first and second period than today's first and second period. I think BG, they're trying to protect the lead a bit more than last night, but the offense is there. I mean, obviously they have 31 shots, not even halfway through the game, and a hand pass is called.
Man, have we seen a lot of hand passes this weekend. The past 3 games, we've seen about more than 1 hand pass a game. Not a hand pass called. We have a ball.
I saw the ref give the hand pass motion, and I guess there was a penalty called. There were 2 penalties called. 1 penalty called on a Tanner Smith of BG, and also a penalty called on a Xavier player, so it'll be 4-on-4.
Yeah, Tanner Smith playing very aggressive in his first game back for the Clubbers. Bowling Green will look to use the extra spacing ice as they did last time to score a 4-on-4 goal.
And Odell got knocked down there.
Yeah, he's being hit around a lot today.
Zeeble stops up and puts it back over to Dirkmaat. Dirkmaat being patient as he throws it in the direction of Odell. And Odell trying to play it there, and he does. And a shot, and it went off the crossbar. That was a really, really weird bounce that the puck took. And Dirkmaat lost his right glove as it's worked back in. The pass thrown towards the crease, and nobody could get their stick on it as Odell ran into Zeeble. And the pass across. Play out the boards towards Zeeble, and Zeeble backhands it over to Odell. Odell had to hop over his stick, and he's able to recover and play it back out.
Colin Dirkmatt, the captain for his high school team.
And he's playing without a stick, and a shot rolls into the catching mitt of Frambus, and that stops play with 11:02 left to go in the second, and we will play 4-on-4 for another 50 seconds.
Yeah, Colin Dirkmatt leads by example. Not your most talkative guy, but everybody kind of follows his example on the ice. He's not a captain here, but there's nothing wrong with a lot of leadership on this Bowling Green team, which is what we see, especially defensive guy with such a young defensive core so far for the Falcons.
Papuanu, Jaros, Klein, and Harchie on the draw. And Papuanu is a centerman, and he wins it back over to Harchie. Harchie pass across, and the one-timer by Klein was fluttering, and it's blocked off there near the slot, and now played out by Xavier.
Nice play by Harchie there to break that one up.
Now behind the net. The forward spins. And played back, and a good takeaway there by Papuanu. And Papuanu plays it across over to Jaros. Jaros, and he tried to get it in front and throw it towards the net, but it was blocked off. And Papuanu trying to play it now, but Xavier is able to get the puck back, and they're able to get reset back in their own zone. And
we got about 15 seconds left on this 4-on-4.
10:20 to go in the second. 4-2, Bowling Green leads Xavier in the second matchup of their two-game weekend series. Bowling Green won 7-2 last night. And the long pass up went out the stick of the Xavier forward, and it's played around near Harchie, as Papuanu will get to it first. And he avoided a big check there. Now Ferry has it. Ferry moves in, spins, and he threw it down low as it went wide. And now Klein stops it up there. Comes back in the Nola drive, blocked off in front of the net.
We'll now have, back to 5-on-5 hockey. 33 shots for Bowling Green so far.
Now Klein trying to get to it.
Denal lurking in the background.
And now comes over to Adams, and Adams is able to get it out. Ferry back checking. Played in the middle, and a poke there. And now breakaway chance for Chase Nitschke. Nitschke moves it on Frambus all alone. And a save made by Frambus. Great save made there by Frambus. You owe me a Coke.
You never said jinx.
Now Xavier resets back in their own zone. And back behind the net. As we look to make the transition out of their D zone. But Nitschke steals it. Down the corner he has it. And put it in the crease, and a great pass to Denal, and he buries it. And I mean, we saw last night, Denal gave it over to Nitschke, and now Nitschke gives it over to Denal, and Denal buries it, his second goal of the game. And that makes it 5-2 with 9 minutes left to go here in the second.
And that connection's firing on all cylinders, especially for one that doesn't have their same line. Chase to chase, and yesterday we had chase to chase and chase to chase twice, and Jacob to Jacob and Jacob to Jacob with Denal.
Now Horvath moves in. Horvath shoots, and he put it just wide blocker side. Now a drive by Gray. It got deflected up into the mesh, and that will stop play with 8:48 left to go in the second. Shots are currently 35-21. Now a face-off, one back by Xavier. He's able to get it out. Gray stops it up there as he put it from his knees. Now it's chopped in there by Horvath. Horvath keeps it in. Moves in. Great move. Still has it. A great effort there to stay on the puck, and he still has it. Now a great move, and he put it in front. It's loose and covered up by Frambus.
Frambus facing 36 shots now, already 31 saves. He is keeping this game from getting much uglier than it could be.
Oh, yeah. Forwards on the ice are Rudo, Horvath, and Nitschke, and defensemen Zeeble and Gray. Horvath on the draw, and he wins it back over to Zeeble. Zeeble long pass across over to Gray. Gray shoots one. It was deflected, and it came over to Horvath, and he chopped at it, but he couldn't get it to go. Now Horvath, he shoots, and that shot was deflected wide. And Nitschke's pass for Gray went wide of him. Now Sudlow drops it off for Gray. Gray let it go through over to Horvath. But now it's taken over by Xavier. Now pass back out to the point. The one-timer was fanned down, and now Rudo has it. Rudo pass over to Nitschke. He has speed. He moves in. Pass across, and Rudo, one-timer save made there by Frambus. Now Zila pass across over to Gray. Gray moves in. Gray shoots, and it went up and over the net. Now, and Zila threw it in the far corner. Now Rudo back to the point, and a one-timer there, and it went wide. That one-timer coming off the stick of Trent Gray. Now Horvath spins. They're trying to get to it. Still trying to play it, and he comes in front to him. Pass across, and Rudo just put it wide. Rudo has had a lot of chances in this game, and he's had a lot of unlucky bounces, and he's been robbed a couple times by Frambus in this game.
Yeah, and you know, Rudo is one of the most hard people on himself. Very gritty player himself, but man, as he get difficult on himself, he's going to be mad he doesn't have one buried yet.
A pass across. He's played out, but now Schuler tried to poke it in. And now it's thrown all the way back out. 6:50 left to go here in the second period. Schutte has it now.
Oh, Bowling Green missed opportunity there as a line change was breaking out, and Schuler and Doobie were breaking up the ice.
Now Zebo, a great move there, and he puts it in front, and it's loose there as Schutte could not get it to go as he had the wide open net, but he may have been stick checked there, or it may have been blocked off. Not sure what happened. Couldn't get a good angle on it from here. And now Harchie will keep it in as he comes off the bench. Harchie pass across, and the one-timer put wide by Dubendorfer. And they are creating a lot of space. The Falcons are. They're finding the space and getting the chances they have to get. Now a shot and a save made there by Sudlow when he holds it.
And Bowling Green, after Sudlow's 19th save of the evening, he will 19 saves on 21 shots for Gavin Sudlow in his Bowling Green ACHA debut. 6:10 left in the second period. We have a face-off.
And the face-off won back by Xavier, and the shot was saved off by Sudlow. Now thrown around where Harchie plays it. Harchie got it over to Schutte. Schutte banked it off the boards near Schuler. Schuler trying to knock it down, and he was able to, and he gets it out. And now it's played in neutral ice by the Musketeers. Dirkmaat races back to go get it. And Dirkmaat races out with it. And he was ridden off the puck there by a couple of Xavier players. Now it's thrown back out. Back down, played there. And it went past Schuler as the Xavier defenseman mishandled the puck. Now it's loose by the red line as Dirkmaat takes over, and now Schutte. Schutte brings it in, pass across. And now Dubendorfer moves in, he shoots, and it's loose behind Frambus, and he leans back and covers it up. Great passing there from the third line. Schutte gave it over to Schuler, and the one-touch pass over to Dubendorfer generated a great chance and a better save made by Frambus.
We talked about connection, how well connected that third line is. Best friends off the ice as well. Man, has Dubendorfer been blocked by 3 great robs from Frambus. And, you know, Doobie should have maybe a couple goals tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
And now Gray got it over to Odell, and Odell plays it out near Jaros. Now it's taken back over and thrown back down, and it makes its way on net, and it's played with the stick over to Klein. And now Jaros skates out with it. With speed, he takes it down the near wing. And he tried to toe drag it through the defenseman. And now it's played back out. And here come the Musketeers. And offside is called as the Xavier forward almost high sticked.
And there will also be a Musketeer going to the box.
Xavier player.
As I believe it to be interference or cross-check. Jaros got cross-checked down on the Musketeer offensive zone when the puck was in the other zone. So Bowling Green will go back on the power play. But go on, Gus, let me interrupt you.
And this is their first 5-on-4 power play of the night. They had a 5-on-4 power play in the second period for about 8 seconds.
Yeah, we'll see them in full action with that chase to chase matchup. You got to look out for this one as this power play starts. Denal to Nitschke. We've seen it so many times in the past 2 games.
Denal, Nitschke, Gray, Ferry, and Zeeble out there for the Falcons. This one back by Xavier and played up into the mesh, and the face-off will stay at the same circle as the players won't go anywhere. Off the draw. This one back again by Xavier, but Nitschke gets to it first. Gray, waits with it, plays it back over to Denal. Denal waiting with it, into the middle, Ferry. Ferry back across. Zeeble over to Gray, back to Zeeble. Zeeble across. And a one-timer there is swallowed up by Frambis off the one-timer from Denal, and he holds it. 4:27 to go in the second.
So far in this first 20 seconds of the Bowling Green power play, Bowling Green's doing a lot better job of not just passing, but taking shots on net and well.
And Denal on the draw as the Xavier Musketeers put out 4 fresh penalty killers. The face-off is 1 near Ferry, and Ferry gets it back out to the point as the Falcon power play will get set up again. Now Gray almost lost it, and he did, and the clearing attempt is stopped up there by Gray. And he gave it away again, and now it's cleared back down for good this time.
Trey Zeeble kind of took over that quarterback role on the power play. Usually sets up with a lot of great passes.
And now Zeeble works his way out. And now Denal moves in, and he tried to get a shot off, and he just fanned on it. And now Gray over to Zeeble as they will get set up again. In the middle, Ferry shoots and he scores! Cole Ferry scores again from the same spot. He scored the goal earlier in the period. He buries it again, and once again puts it blocker side. And BG leads 6-2, power play goal, and they are now more than doubling Xavier in shots. The shots are now 43 to 21.
Yeah, Xavier really went on a cold stretch there as we saw them go back and forth with BG in the first period, but Bowling Green kind of turning it on and what we thought we would see. When they play their game, it is very hard to beat these Bowling Green Falcons.
And shots in this period are 22 to 5 in favor of Bowling Green. It's been an outstanding period for the Falcons so far, with still 3:40 left to go.
Sure makes Gavin Sudlow's job a lot easier.
And now a shot save made with the blocker by Sudlow. Horvath gets to it. Now it's played in the slot. We're cleared out of there, and now Rudo chops at it and gets it over to Klein. Klein stops up, and now Harchie back over to Klein again. Klein backhands one off the boards, and Xavier takes back over now as they will get set up in their own zone. And it's thrown down low, and Harchie takes back over for the Falcons.
Musketeers doing a great job of pressuring these young Falcons and see if they'll make a mistake. Exactly what you got to do when you're down by 4.
It's still kept in. Klein now over to Horvath, and BG doing a great job on defense, not letting the Xavier players get anything set up in the zone. And a great spin move there by Harchie to avoid the check, and the puck comes out. Horvath trying to play it. It's loose, and now dumped right back in. Harchie with the puck now. Harchie gets it over to Dubendorfer. And he pokes at it, and now it's thrown back out. And it goes off the stick of Harchie, and he banks it off the boards. Great awareness play to keep it away from the streaking Musketeer players.
2:28 left in this second period.
And a great poke there by Horvath. He's thrown back out. Dubendorfer had it poked off him, but he's still battling for it, but now it's taken back over by Xavier. Thrown down, but stopped up by the Musketeers and thrown in. Around it comes over to Harchie, and he's been on the ice for a long time now, and so is Klein. Now 2-on-2, Horvath and Rudo have it. Horvath has the puck, and he dekes and moves in. He's got Rudo across, puts it in front, and Rudo was stopped up there by Frambis, and a penalty is called.
No way.
And Xavier will go back on the power play. And a drop
gonna have
pass.
to touch this one.
Pass across, and Schuler will touch up.
Yeah, Rudo's going to get called for interference or slash.
And with 1:45 left to go in the second, Xavier will head to the man advantage.
Mark Rudo not happy with that one, obviously. You don't want to go to the penalty box, but that one I think it was accidental as him and the goalie were both jabbing for the puck, and Rudo slashed Frambis, and now he's in the box for 2 minutes. Bowling Green's going to have to do a better job than they did last time on the penalty kill.
Yeah, and their power play, as you hinted at, is 1-for-1 so far. They scored back in the first.
But I will say in Bowling, its past 2 games, they do have 2 shorthanded goals.
Now pass across, backhanded in front, and it went through a couple players in front of the net. Now pass down low, and it went wide, as nobody could get their stick on it, and the pass back out to the point, left the zone. And you're going to take away there, as Schuler has it now. Schuler shoots, and he put it just wide.
Yeah, Schuler kind of got lucky with that one as he slashed the Musketeer, but the referee was kind of had his back turned to him.
Final minute in the second period now. Minute 10 left to go in the power play. Zeeble backhands it all the way out. I see he got run into hard there by the stanchion.
47 seconds as the time clicks down in this second period.
And a pass across. Went wide of the Xavier players. They went D to D. Now it's worked back in. And they look to get set up. Under 30 seconds to go now. Pass in the middle, and a shot, and it went just wide. Not sure if Solo got a piece of it or it may have been tipped. But nevertheless, that one did not go. And it's worked back in, but now poked out. Messenger trying to get to it. Now it's worked back in. And a shot got deflected, and it went up and into the mesh. And that stops play with 9 seconds left to go here in the second period, as a faceoff will be at the far circle in the BG defensive zone.
Bowling right now having 20 more shots than the Musketeers.
Odell on the draw. With him, Messenger, Zeeble, and Gray.
Shoving and pushing, shoving back and forth on and there's another penalty.
And a penalty called there on Zeeble, and a shot went off the crossbar on the one-timer. And Zeeble touches up with 2.1 seconds to go, and I'm not sure if our camera picked that up. And now some physical play after the whistle, as Zeeble was chopping the Xavier player's skate a little bit, trying to aggravate him. As it would be Messenger going to the box, actually. And I saw Zeeble and the player on Xavier go after each other after the puck was dropped on the face-off. And they will pull the goalie with 2 seconds left to go in the period. So for the last 2 seconds, it'll be 6-on-3.
Everyone, you just got to win this face-off.
Trent Gray will take the draw, and he wins it back. And that will do it for the second period. And we will have the second intermission Dirty Birds report coming up soon. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Dirty Birds intermission report as Bowling Green went on a tear in the second period. They now lead this game 6-2, shots being 43-23 in favor of the Falcons as well. Justin, what did you like to see from this game so far?
Well, they were able to take over the game in the second period. They had a total of 22 shots. They outshot the Musketeers 22-7 in that period, and I think that was the ideal period. No goals given up, 3 goals for, 1 on the power play. And yeah, I mean, foot on the gas now. It's like we always say, that's our main thing we always say, but I'm not sure how else to put it. Really, it's the best way I think I could put it. And yeah, just keep on controlling the pace of the game. And the main key here now for the start of the third is you're going to be shorthanded 5-on-3 for the first 15 seconds, and then for the next minute 43. I can't do math. Minute 43, they're going to be shorthanded 5-on-4.
Yeah.
So you can't allow any power play goals here. Just kill off those 2 penalties, and then you're in the home stretch.
Yeah, if you're Bowling Green, I know how this team is mentally and physically. They're going to be mad at it's only 6-2. So expect once Bowling Green does kill that penalty off to be once again very aggressive in trying to score more goals. Goal differential is the, I believe, third tiebreaker when it comes to TSCHL playoffs, and that's the goal for this team this year is to go far in that and make nationals. So
yep.
I'll read off the tiebreakers right now. It is first points. You can get 3 points on the first game by regulation wins, 2 points on an overtime win in the first game only, and 1 point in an overtime loss, and 0 points with a regulation loss.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it goes to head-to-head. So if you have a tie against Xavier in points at the end of the season, we would have BG winning that because they won the first game head-to-head. And then it goes to goal differential, and everybody knows what goal differential is, so we will stop that at that. 6-2 right now, about 5 minutes left in this intermission. We thank you for tuning into the Dirty Birds intermission report, and we will be back in just under 5 minutes for the third period of action. Stay tuned.
And welcome back, everybody. We are just about ready for the start of the third period. And our apologies, or my apologies, because I'm the one who said it. There are 2 hat tricks for the Falcons here. Cole Ferry has 3 goals, and so does Jason All. 3 goals each for them.
And man, there's some special talents. I apologize as well. Just missed it. Just so many goals in such a long weekend.
It's a bit hard to keep track of. And me and Ben, we're a bit burned out here, calling 3 different games in 3 days. The Falcons, they have now scored a total of 19 goals in those games. It becomes a bit difficult to keep track of sometimes. But it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because they generate so many goals, and it's a curse because it is really, really, really hard to keep track of everything. And the wraparound chance was fanned on. Now it's thrown down low. And the flip pass at the point. Xavier starts the period on the power play, and the pass was deflected back behind the net.
Now just a 5-on-4 as that 5-on-3 is over.
Now Horvath trying to backhand it out, and it was blocked off. Now Horvath is able to clear it all the way back down, and that will kill off a lot of time. Great effort there from Horvath to stay on the puck and then clear it all the way back down.
Well, I'm going to send some new guys out there. Oh.
And here comes Xavier. The back pass was taken off.
Nice hit right there.
By Ferry, and big hit there from Klein, and the backhand clearing attempt was hit the netting, and that will stop play.
New Falcons assistant coach Blake Forsey will get that puck.
Blake Forestick.
Yep.
Denol on the draw.
Former goalie for the Falcons.
This one back over to Klein, and Klein backhands one around. Archie gets to it, and he throws it out. Xavier stops it up by the red line, and it's thrown in. Archie goes in to get it. And now Klein. Archie now, I think got dumped down to the ice. 15 seconds to go on the power play.
Bonger doing a great job right here, just keeping that puck in that scrum, and hopefully.
And now it comes out.
And the power play like that. 5 seconds left in the power play.
Yep, and that will just about do it as Bowling Green is able to kill off the penalties. And now Denal races out with it. And it could be a 4-on-2 here if they hurry. And Denal pass across, and it was deflected. But he stays with it, though. And a shot, and he scores! Chase Denal, his 4th goal of the game. And that makes it 7-2 Bowling Green.
And that is Chase Denal's 2nd time that he's had a 4-goal performance. Shots 44-24. Bowling Green is just peppering.
I mean, he's an unbelievable talent. He's provided not only a huge a talent boost to this team, but also a chemistry boost. Him, Papuanu, and Ferry, that line has shown a lot of chemistry here early off in the year, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they can do down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to miss a moment of this Falcons team. Hopefully, towards the end of their rebuild, trying to win some championships now. With this young group, Chase Denal being a senior, and Jack Messenger being a senior, we've talked about the other night, but most of this team being underclassmen.
Now puck thrown around, it goes over to Odell. Odell, I'm trying to stay on it, and now comes over to Schutte, and Schutte gets it over to Gray. Gray shoots one, and it was blocked off. Now Schutte has it. He shoots, and it was deflected by Odell over in the corner. And Gray tried to spin the puck back near Schuler, but it was blocked off. And now Zebo throws it down low. Now Odell chops at it, and he's trying to get to it, and he gets it back out to the point, but it was out of the zone when a touch by Zebo, and it's thrown all the way back down and played behind the net by Sudlow, and they cut him out of the net, and a big save made there by Sudlow as he went diving out to make a save on the recovery. Unbelievable save there from Gavin Sudlow.
I mean, obviously we've never seen Gavin Sudlow play a game and making his debut for the Falcons, but that's definitely on his highlight reel of all-time saves. He went east to west on that one to save that one and keep this game 7-2. A lot of stick taps on that Falcon bench for the young freshman making his debut tonight.
And great recovery there. So he went to go play the puck behind the net, and it was bouncing on the dump in as it just hopped over his stick. And great awareness, great energy level as he was able to recover and get back in position. And a check there by Smith. And no call there as Xavier player is down. Oh no, there is a call as the official comes in late. Now it comes around as Smith touches up.
As I don't know.
And that will
as they're
draw
gonna call
the penalty.
The trainers on. I don't know what Tanner will be called for. Maybe a knee contact. I don't. A lot of discomfort. We hope this Musketeer is okay. As Tanner will go to the box, and now they will debate to see if Tanner's just going to go to the box. We'll see what the call is. As one ref called that penalty off as the coach was yelling for it, and the other ref lifted his hand. So
yeah, the other official came in and put the hand up, and now they're talking by the scorer's table. So we will see what the call is. 16-11 left to go.
That very angry Xavier bench out there is. There's not a separation between the bench and the penalty box. Xavier coach was halfway through the penalty boxes when the puck finally stopped, and he was screaming. We'll see what's happening.
And they're still talking. And it is a 5-minute. It is a 5-minute power play.
I don't know what the call was there. Got to be knee. It wasn't a game misconduct, so Tanner will be able to play next game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it's better when we play in rinks that have PA systems to get the full call. I don't know what the call was there.
And the face-off one back by Xavier. And I mean, this is their chance to get back in the game because no matter how many goals they score, the power play continues. So let's see what they can do here on this man advantage.
And as I just talked to our camera guy.
The shot save made by Sutherland, and it's loose in the crease and cleared back out of there by Messenger. Go ahead, Ben.
As I just talked to our camera guy, Luke Orrs, it was a knee-to-knee contact.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought it was initially as he went down holding his knee.
And a big check there by Jaros in the corner. And now at the point, Xavier controls. Now it's thrown towards the net. And it goes at the near corner and now comes back out to the point. Thrown around towards Klein. Klein chops at it and now comes loose at the far corner. Now Xavier gets set up and a shot went wide. And a couple good looks here so far from Xavier, but a good positioning so far from BG. And a shot save made by Sudlow, and he holds it. 15:09 to go in the second period. Now 3:58 left to go on the power play.
.09 left in the third period. Once again, we did not get a third period change on the scoreboard. On our scoreboard's correct.
Didn't that happen last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened last night too.
As Jacob Dubendorf's going to
take a break. And he got held up there.
No call there.
And he has his hands up, and yep, no call. So that we will play on 5-on-4 for Xavier. As Xavier forward lost the puck, and Dubendorf were trying to get to it. And he dove at it to try and keep it in. Great effort there from Jake Dubendorfer, the Michigan native. And now at the point, pass across as the Musketeers will get set up again on the power play. As they work it now at the near boards. Back and forth action. And a great stick check there. Great as Rudo was able to poke it out of the zone. Gray racing after it. Gray and Rudo now watching in deep. And the Falcons have now killed off the first 2 minutes of the 5-minute major. Good kill so far. And a shot went wide, high blocker side. Now back behind the net. play in the middle, and it went through a couple guys in front, and Dubendorfer lost his stick, and a shot got deflected up into the mesh, and that will stop play. 13:54 left to go in the second, 2:42 left to go in the Xavier power play.
And Bowling are doing a great job so far in this first half of the power play. 5-minute majors, if you're just tuning in. They've kept Xavier only not taking some quality shots, but they're forcing to take shots that aren't the best.
And the face-off comes over to Xavier forward in front, gets it back out to the point, and a shot save made by Sudlow. And the clearing attempt was by Nitschke was thwarted. And that comes back behind the net. Horvath has it now. He stops up. Weiss with it. Now battles for it to try and kill time. Still battling for it at the near corner. And Klein tried to throw it around, but he could not. He was unable to.
Bowling Green doing a great job once again of keeping this team from having opportunities.
And the pass in the middle was blocked off by Klein. Now back at the point. Now pass across. Now back at the point. They try and work it. And the slap shot was partially fanned on, and now it's cleared all the way back down. And we are now over 3 minutes into the Xavier power play. Only a minute 42 now left to go here on the power play, and we've seen a great kill so far from the BG Clubbers.
Up 7-2. If they can get out of this, it'll be a great momentum boost for the Falcons, who have struggled on the penalty kill kind of all season, but they've had great chances so far as we got a breakaway chance.
And now Denal works it out, and it went just past Ferry. Now pass across, comes over in Ferry's direction, and as he plays it back out off the boards. And it goes over to Denal. And now it's played by Xavier as we're able to get it out. And now only 55 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Now it's thrown around and comes in the direction of Gray. And Gray is able to clear all the way back down.
Under a minute now in this 5-minute power play for the Musketeers. Bowling Green doing a great job of killing off this penalty.
Now pass across from D to D by Xavier as they will set up the transition. Through neutral ice, the puck comes and now in the far corner. And now it's taken over by Zeeble. Now under 20 seconds left to go in the man advantage. And Zeeble tried to drop it off for Ferry, but he couldn't get it to him. And now 10 seconds to go in the power play. And a phenomenal kill by the Bowling Green Falcons. They kill off the 5-minute power play. And now Denal works his way on in. He has Schuler across. Denal back across, and Schuler just missed the one-timer as it was just a bit too far in front of him. And a great pass there from Denal, nevertheless. Now thrown in front, and it's loose at the side of the net. Now it comes out, and Denal takes it out. Denal throws it in, and it goes off the stanchion. It took a funny bounce, and Gray gets to it. Gray drops it off over to Schuler.
Schuler's going to have a lot of Musketeers on him as there's 3 Musketeers on Schuler, but Chase Denal gets the puck.
And now Denal waiting with it. He spins in the corner. Denal backhands it out. And now it comes over to Schuler. Schuler now Gray. And Gray backhands it in deep. 10.5 minutes to go now in the second. BG still leading 7-2.
Talk about a period for...
And a great keeping there by Odell. Odell shoots, and he got checked down there hard on the shot. And they're still running into him.
There's
and
a penalty called.
And they finally get a call. As it will be a cross-checking penalty.
Musketeers not happy about that one, but...
Yep, Bowling Green will head to the power play. It will be their first power play of the period.
Chandler Odell very lucky he didn't get called for that one either, as there was a lot of pushing and shoving down on the ice there.
After the initial contact, yeah. Power play unit on for the Falcons. Odell, Schuler, Schutte. And on defense, Harchie and Klein. Schuler on the draw, and he wins it back over to Klein. Klein pass across. Harchie has it now. Harchie down low. Odell. Odell put it in front towards Schuler, but he couldn't get a stick on it as he was tied up there. Now it's taken and cleared all the way back down. Klein has it now. Klein stops up and gives it over to Harchie. Harchie toe drag move as the Xavier player lost his stick. And a big hit there as Odell ran over the Musketeer trying to hit him. And a great move there by Harchie.
That was a freight train hit by Odell as both men went down.
Now the puck is cleared back down into the BG zone. A play there by Sudlow. Sudlow got it over to Klein, and now the puck comes over to Smith. Smith was going in. He shoots, and the glove save made there by Frambus, and he holds it. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the third period.
Stan will have a nice chat with the Musketeer, and they'll go their separate ways.
Forwards on the ice, Smith, Jaros, and Messenger, and defensemen Zeeble and Gray. Smith on the draw.
The ref will be told to move away.
And the face-off won back by Xavier, but BG will control. At the point, Zeeble has it. Zeeble waiting with it in the slot. Down low, Messenger, and he put it in front, stuffing away at it as it's still loose there. And the puck now comes out.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Nobody really moved towards Messenger as he just kept hacking
away.
away.
Yeah, he was whacking away at
Xavier goalie. There was no stoppage in the play or anything, you know.
8:57 now left to go.
Messenger out there cutting down a tree and no one's stopping him.
And the clearing attempt is stopped up there by Gray. Gray pass across, Zeeble now. Zeeble back to Gray at the point. Gray patient with it, and now Zeeble again. Pass across, Messenger. And he gets to it, and he's ridden into the boards hard there. And a great keeping again by Gray, but he has to take it back out as he was pressured at the point. And Zeeble stay on the puck, and a great play there to draw the penalty as he was ridden down there. And now Messenger has it. He shoots, and a glove save made there by Frambus, and that will stop play as BG will get a 5-on-3 power play for 16 seconds as it'll be the Xavier player going off for a hook. So 8:25 now left to go.
And we'll have a 5-on-3 for 16 seconds. A lot of space and a lot of Falcons out there compared to the Musketeers. Bowling Green looks to extend that 7-2 lead with 8:25 left. Big Rudo fan section and Doobie fan section over to our right, as there's some Bowling Green fans that made the trip.
And the face-off won back by Xavier, but Dubendorfer controls by the net, and he gets a crunch behind the net. And now Rudo has it. Rudo back out over to Gray. Gray pass across Zeeble. Zeeble shoots, and he put it just wide. That puck will go all the way back down and around as the first power play is now expired. It is now back to a 5-on-4.
138 left in the man advantage for the Falcons.
Now, and a great move by Horvath there to get it in. Zeeble racing in after it. Zeeble trying to get to it, and he does. And the pass out in front was blocked off. Now Dubendorfer gets to it, and he gets it back out to the point. And a slap shot by Gray was blocked off. Now the Falcons will get reset. Now it's Zeeble. Zeeble moves in. Zeeble, and he was able to absorb a check, but he went down, and a penalty is called once again. As now it'll be a 5-on-3 once again for Bowling Green.
As Doobie and Zeeble are going to give the business to the Musketeer that's not going to the box. Xavier fans not happy with this one on their family weekend. Bowling Green leads this 7-2 with 7:27 left, and we'll have another 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 2 seconds.
And they put out Dubendorfer, Horvath, Rudo, Zeeble, and Gray.
Bowling Green needs to work on this power play up 7-2, but got to use these moments to build on the season, not just build on the game.
Horvath on the draw, and he wins it back over to Zeeble. Now Gray has it. Gray back over to Zeeble. Zeeble down low. Horvath in the middle for Rudo. Back out over to Gray. Gray. And now Zeeble. Back across, and the one-time pass was fed. And now it's loose, and they score. Jacob Dubendorfer picks up the loose puck and puts it home.
And that's Jacob Dubendorfer's second goal of the season and second goal in as many nights. He is on a heater right now. Happy to see that. We talked to him at Panera on our way here, and he wanted me to make up some crazy story about him, you know, talking about how he survived a gunshot wound or something and still played a game. But you know how you get talked about on a broadcast, put another one in the net, and that's exactly what he does.
And he has 2 goals in 2 games now. Now Nitschke over to Ferry. Very great toe drag move. He shoots, and a save made there by Framis, and he holds it. 7:04 now left to go. And the power play will continue now for another minute 37. Forwards are Ferry, Denal, and Nitschke, and the defensemen Gray and Zeeble still. And the tip and the stuff and attempt by Denal was saved by Frambus. Now Denal has it again. Denal drop pass, Zeeble, and now Ferry. Ferry trying to get to it. And he pokes at it, and he's able to get it, and he's running to there. Now thrown all the way around, but kept in by Denal. 1:05 to go on the power play. And now Denal. Careful with it.
And another penalty
is called, and a shot and a save made by Framis as BG will go back once again
to a
5-on-3.
8-2
wow.
Right now. We've seen a lot of penalties called in these last 2 minutes. And Bowling Green's going to keep adding to that shot advantage. Most likely 57 shots the offense put up.
Yep.
I mean, you gave up 8 goals, but if you're Fran from 49 saves right now, all you do is tip your hat.
And 57 shots for BG, as you just said, and there's 57 seconds left to go in the first penalty, so it'll be a 5-on-3 for that long. Odell was with it, and he tried to give it over to Schutte, but he fanned on the pass just a bit. And now Schuler has it. Schuler got taken down, and he plays it from one knee over to Odell, and now Klein pass across over to Harchie. Harchie long pass across, and Odell could not handle it. Now Odell pass across, Harchie now. Harchie down low, and Schutte tried to tip it in, and a tip-in attempt was saved by Framis, and he covers up. 5:58.
30 seconds left on the 5-on-3 for the Falcons. They've already scored on a couple of them tonight. Bowling Green's hoping to add to this lead as we speak, and Schuler will take the draw once again. Nobody makes a line change for the Falcons.
And the face-off won back by the Falcons, and Schuler just lost it, and the keep-in attempt came just out of the zone off the stick of Klein. And now Harchie has it. Harchie moves in with it. Works his way into the slot, and now Odell, he spins, works his way into the slot, and he shot one wide. And now Klein. Klein down low, Schutte back out, over to Schuler. Now Schutte again, first power play is over, 5-on-4 now. Goes off the skate of Harchie, and now Odell, and he threw it on net, and a save made there with the pad by Frambus. And now Schuler chip pass over to Klein. Klein waiting with it. And he throws it back down low. Odell with a body check there. And it comes over to Harchie. Harchie put it in the direction of Schuler. Now a couple players battling for it at the near corner, and the puck is cleared all the way back down. 25 seconds left to go in the man advantage for BG, and they're now one shot away from 60 shots in the game.
With still over 4 minutes left to play.
And Xavier Ford working his way on in for a short-handed chance, but he was hit off the puck. And now 5 seconds left to go in the power play, as that will just about do it. And now Jaros with a great poke check. And an odd man rush now. Jaros shoots, and he put it just wide, as Framis may have gotten a piece of it.
Yeah, I think that bounce went off right off his shoulder and just kind of took a weird bounce.
Yeah, it went off the shoulder. It came around the board so quickly. It was as if it went wide, but no, Framis did get a piece of it. I thought that's how I saw it.
Yeah, just kind of a weird look on that one, but either way, it's still 8-2.
And they didn't put the shot up on the clock, so
they might have ran out of space.
Pass across. Right now. Gray and now Smith. Smith throws it in. It goes off the Xavier player. Now thrown up. And now Zeeble chops at it and gets it over to Jaros. Jaros couldn't corral it as he's ridden into the boards.
Jaros is a tough customer. We've seen it all year. He's kind of been the enforcer of this Falcons team.
Now Gray flips it in. And a big check there, and
as I just said,
neutralized by Jaros. Now puck is thrown all the way back down, and icing is called. 3:21 left to go in the third. 8-2, Bowling Green leads Xavier.
Musketeers on the ice, giving the ref the business as they skate over to do another face-off in the BG offensive zone. We're back to even strength, 3:21, 8-2, your Falcons lead.
Horvath on the draw. And it's one back now by Xavier. Puck in the far corner. Now the Musketeers will take it out. And it rolls in on Sudlow. As he will cover it up. And that will stop play with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in regulation. And I think this weekend it was a really, really great weekend for the Falcons. They started it off on Thursday night. I'll count that as like not the weekend, but I'll count that. It was a 3-game series. First game Thursday night at Toledo. They beat them for the first time in 12 years. A phenomenal game by both teams. Then last night they get the win back at home at the Slate over Xavier, and they're going to go on to beat Xavier again here tonight in this game. And I mean, yeah, these are the 3 games that they needed to gain their confidence back after the unfortunate 4-game losing streak. They are now going to be riding a 3-game losing streak as Rudo got tripped up.
At this point, I don't think they're just calling anything. They just want this one to end. Kind of a running clock type thing you see in football.
Now it's taken in by the Musketeers. A shot thrown towards the net. Save made with the stick by Sudlow. And he has 29 saves. It was 30. It should go up to 31 now. The totals. And the shot there by Rudo is saved and covered up there by Frambus. And that'll get the shot up to 60. The shot total for BG up to 60.
Scoring, saving 52 shots is still nothing to be mad at if you're Frambus. But man, did this Bowling Green offense show up, and they showed up a lot.
Forwards are Odell, Messenger, and Jaros.
2:20 left in this one.
And a shot thrown towards the net goes off the stick of Odell. Now Adams takes it away for Xavier. And he works his way in, but he lost the puck, and Harchie pokes it over to Odell. And Odell chops it in behind the net. And it goes around, and it took a funny bounce past Messenger. Now Odell clears it out of the zone and comes over to Jaros. And Jaros is able to absorb the hit there. And now Odell has it. Odell and the player Adams is hurting for Xavier as the whistle blows the play dead, and they're going to call a penalty here, I believe.
No, did they call it dead?
I believe yeah. Penalty to Jack Messenger for slashing. So with 1:47 left to go, Xavier will get another power play.
And that will end Jack Messenger's night. Many chances just didn't find the back of the net for Messenger, the senior for this Clubbers team. Some senior leadership out there, including him, Chase Denal. Jack Orders is the equipment manager right now, but hopefully we'll see him on the ice soon.
Jaros on the draw. And this one back by Xavier. They worked their way in. And the shot was fanned on as the Xavier player was being checked from behind. Now put back at the point. Now down low as they try and pass it up in the middle. And great a check there from Odell, and the shot save made there with the blocker by Sudlow. And a shot here off the crossbar and up and out of play.
Sudlow taking a few more shots before this one ends for the technical 4th-string goalie for the Bowling Green Falcons, making his debut tonight in the ACHA. You love to see that. Going to be definitely a happy one that him and his family remember for a long time.
And he now has 30 saves on the game, 30 saves on 32 shots. A great performance here in his BG Clubbers debut. The shot gets deflected behind the net.
Yeah, that game puck will probably go to him.
Now back out to the point. The Musketeers work it. Now down low. Under a minute to go now in the third period. BG with an 8-2 lead as they will improve to 6-5 on the season. Now pass in the middle. Comes back out, and the shot was partially fanned. Then it makes its way in on sub, though. It's loose and now cleared back down.
That's not going to be icing. I don't know who that went off of, but it did not go off a Bowling Green stick.
It's a power play.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That's on me. Like I said, these 3 straight days, games, just burning my head out.
It's been rough. Now the Musketeers work it back in. And offside is called. 22.6 seconds to go. So Bowling Green's next game will be in Ann Arbor on Thursday night as they take on the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, weird series next weekend, Thursday and Sunday, both against Michigan.
Yep. That game on Sunday will be at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure about what time the game will be at on Thursday. We'll have that update for you. If you follow the Twitter page, we'll have it for you. Coming soon, a shot and a save made by Sudlow. Now it's cleared back down.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big one if you're a Bowling Green Falcon fan. You want to tune into that one as this one is wrapping up.
And that will do it for the game. And they will not call icing as Sudlow plays it. And that will do it for the game. 33 saves on 35 shots for Gavin Sudlow in his BG debut. A great game as the Falcons win 8-2, 4 goals for Chase Denall, 3 goals for Cole Ferry. An overall outstanding performance by this team, and they sweep the weekend series and win 3 out of 3 games in their 3-game set from Thursday up until today.
Very happy for Gavin Sudlow in this one, as everybody will give him the knucks and tell him he had a great performance tonight. But like I was saying before this game wrapped up, you do want to tune into the Thursday and Sunday matchup next week. It's against Michigan. Could end up being a huge series when it comes down the stretch for the Northern Division when it comes to the TSCHL playoffs in the Division II ACHA. So I'd like to tune into that, but right away we will tune straight into the Dirty Birds intermission report as we have handshakes out here. I'm going to talk straight about the third period, Justin. We talked about the first, talked about the second, and the intermissions, but it's kind of 2 separate games. In the third period game, at least, you got BG starting it out on 5-on-3. They kill that off, and then you have the Tanner knee-to-knee contact with a 5-minute major.
Mm-hmm. So
then once that happens, Bowling Green turns it off or kills it off again, and then you have a streak of Musketeer penalties, some 5-on-4, some 5-on-3, and Bowling Green capitalized, and now it's 8-2. So Justin, what did you like to see from this Bowling Green team, besides putting 60 shots up and scoring 8 goals?
Well, I think we saw a lot of confidence from everyone tonight. Once again, like, they weren't happy with their first period performance like last night. And, I mean, they played well, but they all knew that they could be playing better, and they came out and they shut everything down. No goals allowed in the last 40 minutes. In the second and third, they allowed no goals. And, yeah, I mean, it was overall great performance all around. The offense was clicking. 60 shots is always – it's always great to see. Defense, 35 shots allowed is a lot, but with a team like Xavier, they're going to get a lot of shots on goal. And Sudlow looked phenomenal in that net tonight in his debut. Couldn't ask for anything more, really. And yeah, I think I know you're probably going to ask me, but it was tough. But I think we're going to give the player of the game to Chase Denall. He was all over the ice tonight, 4 goals. Probably a handful of assists. Not sure how many he had. We haven't looked at the stat sheet yet, but he definitely had multiple assists. And yeah, an overall performance, like everybody's overall performance tonight was outstanding. And I think this team has a lot of confidence heading into the big game against Michigan on Thursday.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you want to head into that huge game of Michigan. We already talked about it though, but a weekend sweep of very hard hockey. We've seen a lot of talent on both sides. For BG, all 3 nights, Xavier, a very talented team, as we saw the past 2 nights, and Toledo was an absolute war on Thursday. So as we wrap this Dirty Birds post-game show up, Justin, and for everybody at home, we thank you for tuning in, and we hope you have a great night. I'm Ben Shanahan, for my partner Justin Chicatano, for head coach Drew Harper, team president, team captain Adam Birchlaff. We'd like to thank you for tuning in, and we will see you Thursday for Michigan at Yost Arena.
And a special thanks to Jeff Wood, who ran the scoreboard here tonight, and also
Luke Orrs, who ran the camera for the Bowling Green Falcon Clubbers tonight, and we thank you and hope you have a great night.